Hey everyone, it's Tuesday and this Sunday is it's basically the week before I leave for my first tournament of the year. And I'm at the driving range now, and it's well below zero. And let me show you the snow here out on the range behind me. And fortunately it's not too windy today. And up behind me here, I think you can see it there, I have a heater, which in one stall here, and it basically makes it bearable, just bearable enough to practice. As you can see, I got my little ski mask on here, and I got a hat. I think I have five layers on, which if it were any colder, it'd just be too many clothes to really practice. A couple of pairs of pants, a couple of pairs of socks, and I'm still a little bit cold. I have to huddle up to the heater every now and then. But anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things I've been working on to get ready for the tournaments that are coming up here. Basically, when I found out towards the end of November that I was going to get a chance to play in these 4 tournaments, and that I was going to have basically enough money to be able to practice and prepare, put a lot of my energy into that. I played as much as I could on the courses towards the end of November at the course here, because I knew, that the cold and the snow was going to come, and the chipping and putting greens would close. So I wanted to get in as much playing practice as possible, and I played really well on our winter greens. I was between 65 and 69, so 3 under was my worst round and 7 under was my best, and so that's good. Also what I was doing there was out on the range here, there's I don't know if you remember when I showed you the course, there's bunkers at 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 meters. I was hitting a lot of shots into those, so I'd take my sand wedge and go to each one, and then I'd take my gap wedge, pitching wedge 9, 8, 7, 6, and I'd go all the way up to 6 iron. And basically my target with that was to hit one with each club into each bunker. And the bunkers, if you remember, are 10% of the distance. So at 40 meters, there's a 2 meter radius. So you have basically a 4 meter diameter circle to hit into. And then, at 50 it's 5, so on and so forth. And basically my little motto for that was do it until I get it right. So with each club, I had to hit in basically 6 shots into those little bunkers before I could quit with that club. And it actually took me quite a while. There were times when I'd go through 400 or 500 balls, I think, and I still didn't finish it. So I moved on to other parts of my practice. But in doing so, that my short game, both with the wedges and creatively, like hitting little bump and runs with 6 irons, 7 irons, 8 irons up into those distances, really improved. So I think that's good from giving variety. So if it's windy and I need to hit, if I want to run a 6 iron up to 70 meters, I feel confident in doing that. So that's been one of the good sides, and it's also nice for trouble shots too. So if I'm faced with, I need to go hit a short distance and go under some trees or something, and I'm in some trouble, then I have those shots now. So that was good. So I was practicing a lot on those little pitching and playing as much as I could towards the end of November, and then in December, when the course started to close, I started to come out onto the range here, and I would hit a lot of. Basically, there's flags at maybe 60, 100, 130, 160 meters roughly, and I would go through with each club, lob wedge, sand wedge, gap, all the way up to 3 wood, and I would hit a straight shot, a curve, a draw shot, and a fade into each of those flags. So I was literally even like hitting a 2 iron little cut slice into this flag that's 60 meters away, and then the one that's in. So this was again, you know, working on a lot of creativity and feel and working the ball. So I spent a lot of time doing that in the early part of December, and then I went to Italy, as I mentioned in the last video, and got to play a couple rounds on a regular course again with this regular summer greens. And there I realized that I needed, you know, I hadn't done any swing speed training for maybe a year and a half almost. And because I've been working on a lot of these little partial short shots, I really wasn't doing much from a speed standpoint, so my speed had dropped a little bit. When I was out on these courses in Italy, it made me realize that I needed to pick up one of the things I needed to do to be able to compete better in these events coming up, these 4 tournaments coming up, is get a little speed back, because I can think of, fortunately I know 3 of the 4 courses, and there's a couple instances that I can think of off the top of my head where hitting as far as I was right now, it wouldn't, you know, I'd have to aim to the right of this one bunker and it'd leave me like a 5-iron in, whereas if I could carry that bunker, then I could have maybe an 8 or 9-iron into the green. So when I went to Jen, my wife, and I went to Spain over Christmas, unfortunately we couldn't go back home. But we got to spend some time in Spain at my uncle's house. And while I was there, we did some sightseeing, of course, and just a little relaxation. But then also I went to this Real Club de Sevilla, I think it's called. But they've had a European Tour event, a World Golf Championships there. When I was there, the goal there was to do as much chipping and putting as possible, because I knew that when I came back to Switzerland now, there's snow out on the driving range, the course is closed, the chipping and putting greens are closed, so I knew I wasn't going to get basically any short game work done. So the goal there was, in Spain mostly, was increase my swing speed a little bit and also work on my short game. And so I got in a couple hours of practice every other day or so for the 13 days I was there, I think. And my swing speed, bumped it up, bumped my peak speed up maybe 13 miles an hour, I believe. So my playing speed also went up with that. So now I feel like, so that was good about Spain. I'm going to pause it here for a second while the train goes by.